Student Leader Program has been in existence for 20 years with Bank of America. It's a program that we implemented. We recently, about 5 years ago, brought it to Charlottesville, and what it does is it allows us to choose 2 students from the local school system to participate in an 8-week paid summer internship program where they have firsthand work experience with a nonprofit organization. So we're building those job skills, those early job skills. In addition to that, they get to learn about how government, nonprofits, and business come together to initiate change and bring change to a community or to a cause.
My name is Dominic Ruiz. I went to Alumni High School and I was in the first set of student leaders for the Bank of America Student Leaders Program. And it was a really wonderful opportunity to learn about the different work that's going on both nationwide and very specifically in Charlottesville. We got to meet a lot of community leaders and really hone in the kind of change that maybe we might want to make.
One of the most important things that I got from this internship have got to be a lot of I definitely learned how to collaborate better with others. I met a lot of people over the internship, especially adults who were very important in my community. And while that could be very intimidating, I definitely learned how to speak a lot better with them. And I just learned how to collaborate a lot better and become a better teamwork, like a better teammate. And I also learned the value of leadership and always understanding that no matter what age you are, you can still be a leader.
So I think we really try hard to make sure that the student leaders have a wide array of opportunities, different sorts of activities. We try to marry those with their skills and their interests. So for example, we've had students that have been really awesome at making TikTok videos and like, hey, we've got a job for you, because we try to do a lot of videos to promote what we're doing here at the United Way. So that said, we also really need them to conduct the work that they do. So it's super important. In the summers, typically they're helping us with the United Way Lawrence E. Richardson Day of Caring, which is our community's largest day of service and one of the largest in the country. We have about 2,000 volunteers every year, 200 different projects. So there is a lot of logistical work that has to happen, and the student leaders work very hard reaching out to local nonprofits, reaching out to project sites, which might be schools, nonprofits. They work with volunteer teams as well. So they're contacting different companies around the community to find out how they can help fit their volunteers into the Day of Caring. So that work is so important, and we could not pull off an event of that scope without their help. And it's really skilled help too. They have to be able to speak and communicate clearly with all sorts of people. Everybody, you know, somebody that might work at a nonprofit and a bank president and everybody in between. So they are super valuable to us. We want them to have a good time and a good experience, but we also really want them to learn some skills that are important to them and that are important to us. We need that work done, and so we so appreciate them being here.
We kind of did they tried to have us doing a little bit of everything, and what's nice about the United Way is you can do that. But particularly we were working on the Day of Caring, which happens, I believe, September. So during the summer is all the logistical setup work. And what's nice about that is it kind of continues the work that you do with Bank of America, learning about organizations in the area. So there you're learning about, through the Day of Caring, you're learning about other community organizations and their work. That was the biggest thing that I worked on my summer personally. Also other stuff like mailing letters, preparing presentations, and setting up their community awards events. So just kind of a little bit of everything, and just kind of get a taste of what the United Way does. I think the most valuable thing that I got out of the program for me was really just stepping outside of my comfort zone and getting comfortable in this new workplace environment and really doing something that I couldn't do in school and meet all these very interesting people in Charlottesville.
I think there are a couple of things that will inspire students to want to participate in this program. Number one, it's an 8-week summer paid internship. Number two, the week in Washington, D.C., where you will be in the room with student leaders from across the nation, meeting top political leaders of our country, business leaders of our country, nonprofit leaders of our country. You will also build relationships and gain knowledge of this community where you live. There is so much that goes on here, and there's so little knowledge about that through that our students have here locally, and it gives them a renewed feeling of what this community means and how they can become involved in it. And then most important, the relationships that you're going to build. You're going to be a student leader, you're a student leader forever. Not only that, but you'll get to engage with the student leaders that came before you and the ones that will come after you. And it's a very positive experience.